Let's talk about the props layer. So we can think of props as an overlay to everything else that we've talked about so far. So in order from back to front, we're going to have video input, media, slide, announcements, and props. So props are going to sit on top of everything else. So if we go to the top of our show, what you're going to see is from the very beginning, we fire the announcements. So right here, what you're seeing here is a nice little box that Ryan created called opening info, and that is a prop. So essentially what he did is went into props editor and created an overlay with a fill that is the announcements. Okay, so let's see how else we use props. As we go through, you're gonna see once we have our video input up, it's green right now, we don't have the video switcher connected, you're gonna see that corner logo. Again, it's like an overlay. So since that was automatically fired in the worship macro, you're not gonna see it here, but if I click it and clear it, you're gonna see that it can show up or be cleared. Okay, let's go through a couple other ones. So we have nameplates, which is what MP stands for. So when Quentin walks up for the first time during the service, we're gonna throw that nameplate up and it's gonna show you his name, his title, and then it's gonna disappear. All right. Let's talk about what that looks like for us during the sermon. So during the sermon, you're going to see we switch to that sermon slides macro there. Okay, that's just going to essentially change the stage display, changing a couple other look things. And when we get into the sermon, you're going to see that the stage display is going to look just like the LED wall. All right, but can be different in the fact that we do see that countdown timer there, like we talked about previously. So let's talk about when he's putting up something with text. Okay, so you'll see that this slide has some text on it. We want to show the live stream and the projectors what that looks like. So we're going to throw up slides with text, and that's going to allow the people on the live stream to see what we're talking about, what the LED wall is seeing, without actually showing them anything from the LED wall. Now, in the instance that we do want to show them the LED wall, we have a prop called LED view. So let's say we go to the He Creates slide and we want the LED view. We throw that up, and now all of a sudden the live stream and the projectors are gonna see that, right? So props, thinking about them like an overlay, it laid over all of these different layers that we see here, video input, media, and slide. They still exist, they're just being covered up by props. So once I clear that prop, you get to see that video input again. You see that prop hanging out right there. All right, so let's just show one more. Let's do scriptures. So when we have a scripture, you'll see that it shows up on the LED wall. We don't get anything on the live stream until we fire a prop. So let's fire scriptures. You'll see that the scripture pops up. It's gonna have, just like slide with text did, you're gonna see that text here, but you'll also see the book, chapter, and verse from where it is in the Bible. Just like we talked about, that is going to be thanks to the label, right? So we can edit that label here. We could have it say, "Heyo," and that's what would show up in place of that slide label.